Well, I am here with Jason Froehlich, president of HomeServices Lending, a great partner of Iowa Realty, and so happy that you are here today to share an update on interest rates. So last week, the Fed came out with an update that we weren't as excited to hear. So we wanted to have Jason come back and share with us how people can really be successful navigating this in this environment, particularly if you're out there looking for your home. So
yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me again, Cass. I really appreciate it. So yeah, at the beginning of the year, and then we back up. At the end of December, we were kind of given an early Christmas gift from the Fed, and when Jerome Powell came out and said that, hey, we're going to pause on any more interest rate hikes, and we think we're going to maybe lower interest rates a total of 3 times in 2024. But what a lot of people missed in that conversation was he said, well, look, this is going to be dependent on the data that comes in around inflation. And unfortunately, to start the year anyway, we've seen inflation data come in a little bit mixed. And so the idea that we're going to see a number of interest rate cuts, at least early on this year, is kind of out the window right now. And we're looking for later this year or maybe into 2025.
So what are some things that you think home buyers should pay attention to in this market as they're out looking for a home?
Yeah, first and foremost is, if you're working with a good mortgage consultant, we can sit down and show you what is working right now, because we are able to go ahead and create some affordability inside of the transaction and get a little bit creative with temporary buy downs, for example, where we temporarily buy down the interest rate for a period of time, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, to go ahead and get that lower payment right at the beginning of the transaction, knowing that it could go up, later on, but that also buys us some time for the Fed to do its work and inflation to come back down and then refinance. Because we talked a lot last year about marrying the house and dating the interest rate, right? So if you remember that phrase from last year, and we're still talking about it, where, hey, your interest rate doesn't need to be forever, right? So how can we work together with your Iowa Realty agent, right, and a good HomeServices Lending mortgage consultant to go ahead and create a scenario or an actual, live scenario that works for you to go ahead and create some affordability.
Very good. So there really isn't a good or a difficult time to buy a home. You can make working with Iowa Realty and particularly HomeServices Lending, this is the important part about having a full service team.
Yeah, and that's really the reason why Iowa Realty, 25 years plus ago, and actually for decades before that, they always had a mortgage partner, and they have a wholly owned mortgage partner with HomeServices Lending right now just for that. And I would tell people that are looking for houses right now and maybe thinking about waiting until interest rates come down, I will tell you that when interest rates come down, the competitiveness in the marketplace for those homes does nothing but go up, right? So that just brings more people into the marketplace. So if you're out there working with your real estate agent and you find the right house, let's sit down with one of our consultants and figure out a way to go ahead and get from point A to point B.
Jason, so thankful that you were here today to give us the update. If you want to learn more about HomeServices Lending, check them out on the web at homeserviceslending.com.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.